We ready? First, it's great to get the season started. I really didn't have any idea what to expect. We had a scrimmage last weekend. Was able to break some tape down from that and get in and show our guys. Had individual meetings with them this week, and but like I said, I didn't really know what to expect tonight. Had no idea. You know, we only have one or two guys that really played significant minutes at all, you know, from last year's team. And the biggest thing, you know, we probably had a lot of nerves in the beginning, and I told the guys in the beginning in the locker room before we came out, I said, just give them all to me, let me deal with those, and you guys just go play and have fun. And the biggest thing I was pleased with, I think, of the whole night is only giving up 28 points in the second half, and then the last play of the game, we're up 25, 27, whatever it is. CJ gets his pocket picked. I know it's an exhibition game. He could have easily just been like, forget it. And he goes and he defends the basket and he keeps him from getting 70. And I was very pleased with that and with their effort. And we got a lot of teaching to do. We got a lot of learning. But it's going to be a process with these guys. And like I said all along, it's where we are today to where we can get to in March.
How much more comfortable are you right now than you were before the start of the game?
More comfortable. These games I'm a nervous wreck about. I just didn't know what to expect. I know I've said that 3 times. But now we know we've got a really live game. I can go home, you know, really probably tomorrow, and watch that and get that broke down, show it to the guys on Monday individually and then as a team. And then we can know what we need to continue to improve on and then really start worrying about Valpo towards the tail end of the week.
15 assists. Only 9 turnovers. You've got to be happy with that.
Yeah, real pleased. Our goal was to be at 10 turnovers or less, and I thought we did a good job. Only 9 turnovers, and then when you're almost 2-to-1 assist to turnover, that's a positive stat. So I think they did share the ball. I think another thing we did well, I think we got to the free throw line. Not more so because of the new rules. I think because we drove it and got paint touches. I think you know, that was a big positive. You know, shooting over almost 40 free throws. We didn't make enough though. You know, we shot at 60%, so we got to improve on that.
Talking about the assists, Cameron had 8 on the night for a freshman. He just seems like he has incredible vision.
He's you know, you don't want to hype guys up, but I've been here a long time and seen some good guards come through here, and Cam comes from a great high school program at Lausanne, won a state championship. Played with some really good players when his AAU team. The bunch of kids went to Memphis, and you know, a lot of high major kids, and you know, Coach Small did a terrific job recruiting him, and he's got a chance if he continues to work and develop. He's got a chance to be another one of the great ones here. But you know, he's just a freshman and got to continue to stay on him. But he's got a really good. The best thing he does is, like you said, his vision, his basketball IQ is really good. The one great play he made all night, and he did some very good things. You know, he had the little look away and all that, got everybody excited. But they go zone, and my back was turned, and I kind of turned and realized their zone. He's already calling out zone offense, and that just gives me a good level of comfort.
Talk about Jarvis with the double-double.
You know, he wasn't great the last weekend. You know, he just didn't know. You know, didn't know what to expect. And I think tonight he started just playing with a lot more energy and a lot more activity. He ran the floor. Tremendous athlete. Got a great jump hook around the basket, and he's just going to continue to get better and better. But you start off your game with a double-double, 19-11, 7 offensive rebounds. That's a positive, and we just got to keep teaching him on the defensive end.
With so many newcomers, you know, you said you didn't know what to expect going into this game. Seeing, you know, 40 minutes of basketball, what can fans expect to see out of this team, even if it's just really basic expectations? You know, our goals aren't going to change here. I know our goal. You know, we lost a lot of very good players, but our goal is to win as many games as we can in the non-conference and get better through non-conference. But then our main goal is to win the Ohio Valley Conference and get to the NCAA tournament. You know, that's our goal, that's our focus, and that's what we're trying to get better at every day. We're still figuring out how we need to play. You know, we were very vanilla. We really kind of tried to do the same thing over and over. I threw a couple sets in here and there just because you got to practice them at some point against some other competition before we go up there Friday and play. But I didn't know if we'd be able to play with a lot of ball screens this year. And TJ's ineligible right now, and he's a guy that can play.
and they did some good things in that area. So I think we'll kind of figure out how we're going to play on the offensive end. But I think we can score around the basket a little bit. I think we got guys who can make threes, and then I think we got a good point guard. That we got to keep them out of foul trouble. With the new rules, you can't have them cheap fouls, and I think a lot of them were cheap fouls. And not saying they weren't fouls, but they're ones you just can't get.
What was your impression of the officiating? Not good or bad, but did it seem to you there was much difference from the way it was officiated last year?
You know what? It wasn't as dramatic as I thought, but there was some calls where you say to yourself, "That's the new rule." CJ got one where you say that's the new rule. Cam got one, you say that's the new rule. And that's where we got to do a better job of not getting those cheap fouls to put us in foul trouble. We just need to play solid, or maybe not extend pressure all the way out like we've done in the past.
Did you have fun watching this team, particularly in the second half?
The second half I did. I thought they shared the ball. They went zone. Rambo made some good passes. I'm excited. I told our coaching staff, I said, we'll be better. Somebody told me, walked by me one day or told me something, you'd be a better coach, for trying to figure things out, day to day, week to week, month to month with this team. And I told our staff that, and I'm looking forward to the challenge and the opportunities that present us this year.
Have the new faces rejuvenated you a little bit?
Yeah, well, yes, but Isaiah. It'd be great to have Isaiah, But that's the thing that's great about our program. He sends everybody, all the coaches, a text today. Man, good luck, pulling for you. Can't wait to follow you guys this year. So, but it does. It's different. It's different now. I've been a head coach with all these guys. I was an assistant coach with most of those guys, over the last couple of years. And now, but it's exciting seeing those guys have success or getting better at different things, and seeing that, hey, they're picking up to teaching and they're picking up to coaching. So that's fun. And it's also, it pushes you as a coach, too, because it's challenged you that, hey, how is this going to be? How is this going to be? Do we need to do this offensively? Do we need to do this defensively? So I'm excited about that.
8 out of the 10 players played 20 minutes or more. Is that because of an exhibition, or are you experimenting with things?
Partly because of an exhibition, partly because we haven't played. We need to see these guys in live action, and partly because it's 7 of the 9 guys haven't played, and I know some were on the team last year, but they didn't play. Dexter and Jeffrey are the only ones that played. So I think part is a little bit twofold. We only got 9 eligible right now, so at least 7's gonna play. So then, and then you usually play 9. So it just depends, But you could play small at times. You could play big. We didn't really play small much tonight, but I just, it'll be a process to see what's the best way for us to play. And then certain teams, it's going to change when we play a certain opponent.
You guys, beginning of both halves, kind of struggled with rebounding. Freed had 8 offensive rebounds in the first 8 minutes and 5 in the first 4 of the second half. But it seemed like it got better. Was it just, you think, a little nervous at the beginning?
No, that's the one thing. I thought we were doing a good job. I kept telling it to media timeouts. I said, man, we're up 5, we're up 6. We probably should be up 10 or 12. But we're doing a good job positioning defense. We're doing a good job pressuring and getting out. I said, but we're not finishing plays. Their first shot field goal percentage was like 20% 15 minutes into the first half, but we didn't rebound well. And I just got to look at the tape to see if we're not boxing out. Part of the problem is our guards weren't rebounding. Our guards had 0 rebounds. Three or 4 of the guards had 0 rebounds at halftime. But we got beat on some 50-50 balls where you're both under the goal, and somebody just got to go out tough the next guy. But we got to get better at rebounding the basketball. That's because if we can get our first shot defense good, then we got to finish plays.
How much improvement have you seen from Jeffrey Moss this year from last year?
Well, offensively, I know he made threes, and that's the big stat line, but he put the ball on the floor. He's putting the ball on the floor better, and he's getting in the basket. He's got to finish a little better. Defensively, I'll have to watch the tape to see how he did, because we're going to need him to be good defensively. But he's been looking forward to this. He's one of our captains. He's a quiet leader. He's not a big rah-rah talker, but he knows he's got great basketball IQ, and he's really shot the basketball well since he's been here.